Welcome to Bass and Boundaries podcast. I'm your host, Amy G, and this is your one-stop shop for all things mental health and music. Hi, everyone. Hi, welcome back to Bass and Boundaries. I am so happy to be back on the Belgium territory again. We've got an amazing drum and bass artist called SKYBRED. Hello, my lovely. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good, and you?
Very, very well. Tell everybody who you are because there's just a massive gang of you now, isn't there? I love it.
Somehow I just appeared in the scene like a few years ago, and yeah, maybe I can tell you like the story how I started
Go
making
for it.
music, or
I
like
love
just
that.
how
Go
I
for
went
it.
into drum and bass. Is also like interesting because I'm actually already busy with music for maybe like 12 years, 15 years, but then I always did something else before, like rock music and pop music. I even sang on my own songs. You can find them
Wow.
still online if you really want to look them up. Um, but then I always like was already like into Netsky, for example, 2012, like the
Mhm,
era of drum bass back then. Even went to his live performances in 2014, I think, or 15, at the festivals. But then, yeah, I was like busy with more like the other genres of music. But then there was like a good friend of mine where I studied architecture, so at my faculty. um, I knew she really loves drum bass, and I was like, maybe I will just try to make a track a bit for her, like just to show her." And I just made something on an evening. Just started. I just looked up everything. Okay, how does this work? How do you do the drum bass pattern? Like I needed to learn everything. I didn't know like how you do all that stuff. And I made a track, and we were like on our way to our finals, like the presentation of our
mhm.
faculty, in the car. And I just said, "Yeah, I made the drum and bass. Like, you want to you have to listen to it." So I put it on, and she was really like impressed, and she was like, "Wow, this is so cool! Like, how did you do it?" And I was like, "Ah, I don't know. I just started making it, and do you really like it?" I was like not sure if it was good or something. And she loved it, and then after that moment, I was like, Hmm. Okay, maybe I was making music all these years, but I didn't yet know what kind of direction I want to go into, and maybe this is it. Maybe it's drum and bass. I'm talking about like 2022 now, so that was the,
Mhm.
the period that happened. And after that, I just started like spending so many hours at my computer first, the laptop, just learning everything. Okay, how does this work? Like all the sounds and everything, sound design. Yeah, that's actually how it started. And I also, the track Free Falling. It
Mhm,
was I mean, it was not like back then, but that was like maybe already like the inspiration started then because there was like a festival also near me.
mhm.
It was called like Project L from Leuven, and Andromatic played there and used. The
Yeah.
first edition was in 2022, and then the year after 2023. And I saw the festival lineup, and I was like, "Oh wow, I really want to make a track so they can use it for the after movie." That was like a goal of mine back then. The first year I made something, but it didn't work out. But then I started like the track Free Falling. That was like in 2023, and I like a rough version. It wasn't like it is now released. And I sent that to the guy who made the after movie, and he was really, wow, this is so cool. I'll use for the after movie. I was like, what? Okay. And they featured my track back then already.
Wow.
Yeah, I was impressed. I was like, oh, this is like you see like Houston and Medic dancing, and my track is playing. I was like, what is going on? Back then I also didn't know anyone from the scene, so I was just
Mhm.
like going around as a fanboy a bit, like, "Oh, look,
That's
there's
my
there's
job
a
now.
nomadic, there's you." I was like, "Oh, wow." You know,
That's
standing
literally
front
my
row.
job.
Yeah, I was really like front rowing back then. I saw like the pictures back. That's really funny to see. So,
Mad.
yeah, I think that's like roughly how it started, just organically everything, just like, "Oh, I want to make drum bass," and then like made a track, and it worked out that they featured it in the after movie, so that also helped a
Wow.
lot to give like confidence to go further. And after that, actually, I also started going to the Quiz Festival. My first time was also in 2023. Just like that. Just like I didn't know anyone, so I just wanted to go there. Let's see what happens.
That's
So
amazing. And
that's
then
how
you
it
meet
started.
people along the way, don't you? Like, yeah,
Sorry?
you meet people like as you go, like to these
Yeah,
events,
yeah.
and it's amazing, isn't it? How you can just meet people and then you'll see them at festivals and raves, and you're like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
exactly.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,"
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's really nice. It's like that over here as well. Like, we say I went to Worried About Henry a couple of Sundays
Uh-huh.
ago, and I wanna talk to you all about Rampage in a minute because I've got serious FOMO from Rampage, and I kind of wish I'd have gone. I can't believe
Uh,
I'm admitting that, but, like, I went to go and see Andromedics, like, 3rd time this year. Yeah, I think, like, when you go and you see the people that you've seen all year, there's 2 guys that go, and they wear chef outfits, like, they wear chef hats, and you see them and they remember you, and you're like, "Hey, how are you doing?" You don't know their names, but you know their faces, and
yeah,
it's
exactly.
so nice, isn't it? But come on, tell me about Rampage. How was it?
Man, it was so much fun. Where did I start even? It's like, I mean, everything, like the vibe, meeting everyone, like so many friends I saw back. Also just playing there, like in the rave cave. It's always
Yeah,
like a fun place to play because the vibes are like so big in that place. Even though it's not so big, but like everyone's has so much energy. Yeah, because I arrived already like on Thursday because I really
mhm,
wanted to be there from the start. That's like something also. I don't know why, but I always want to be like from the first moment something starts, like a festival or something. I need to be there. I can
big
like miss
time.
like a day or something. That's, I mean, I would feel bad. And even on Thursday already, the really really cool vibes. The new dome stage. I mean, like they replaced the main stage and the dome stage. They switched this.
Yeah.
But yeah, all so impressive. Also the new main stage. That was really insane to see.
I know. I saw so many, like, over the past couple of weeks, I've seen, like, obviously people uploading, and I won tickets per Apis. They did a competition to win tickets for Rampage, and I won. And I was like, "Oh no." And you know the only thing that held me back was the travel, that
Uh-huh.
I'd have to go to Brussels and find my way to Lommel, and I wouldn't know where to go, and I don't wanna drive because you guys drive on the wrong side of the road. And
We are driving the wrong side.
yeah, I know. But it's like, I didn't want, I was panicking, like, about the idea of traveling,
Mhm.
and that's what held me back. But then I look at the footage now and I wish I'd have gone. I'd have gone from, like, the first day because it looked incredible even on the first day.
Yeah. Yeah,
So what
you should have told me. You could have joined maybe
I
on that.
know, I know. I'm definitely going next year, 100%. I've already reached out to the facilitators of Rampage, and I've said, like, can I get interviews and stuff like that? And I haven't heard anything yet, but fingers
Mm.
crossed, because I would love to do that, like, kind of show footage as the weekend goes, and, yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that would
we'll
be
see.
amazing. Fingers crossed.
I know. So who did you get to meet while you were there?
Let me think, like loads of them because I already now know I also know a lot of artists. Like I mean I've met them already at so many events because
Mm.
I don't know I probably did already like 50. I don't know, like since I started going to that first liquidity I went till now, probably 50 or something places or more. Can't remember even. But yeah, like Freaks and Geeks,
Oh, wow.
Dirty Phonics, who's that? Alien Mode, Shock One. Yeah, that's funny. I will tell you later. But Loboski, he's
No
also he's
way.
staying at my place also. Like not here, but I'll explain everything. we'll
Yeah,
come.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, he was there as well. Of course, Slash. I mean, he was also staying at my place. It's a funny story. And who else? Yeah, also the guys from Monster Cat, Jonathan. Yeah, Antea, of course. Yeah, she's great. Yeah, so many artists just sort of going around. Yeah, Primate, like everyone actually, Captain
Amazing.
Bass. Yeah,
Wow.
I
That's
mean,
like, for me, like, hearing these names and then you're like, "Oh, yeah, and he stayed at my place," and you're like, "What? Like, how did that even happen?"
yeah, but that's a funny story. Let's explain that because I know Loboski already for a while now. I mean, we like talked online, and then like at a certain moment he said, "Yeah, I'm going to do like a Europe tour, but I'm looking for a place to stay." So, and I was, the place I'm staying now is not the same place. I got like an apartment I'm renovating.
Mhm.
I mean, I was like
Wow.
renovating that at the time, and I
Mhm.
said, okay, maybe when I get it done on time or like done enough, to live in, you can probably stay there because the place I'm staying now is I'm still renting that place till
Of course,
after
yeah.
summer. So that was like a period I wouldn't need the other place.
Hmm.
and we agreed on that. And he arrived there, and he's staying there now for almost 3 months now. So yeah, and
Wow.
also Slash then joined later. So I was like, okay, let's go. So,
Okay, cool. That's amazing. Is what is the like I always ask this in every interview, like the area that you live and sort of surrounding areas, like what is the drum and bass scene like, or do you
mm,
have to travel?
yeah, in Leuven, like, isn't that big. We have some things. What you on about? I don't know if you know them.
Hmm.
And we also have like, and now it's probably not going on anymore, but it's like Bleedvoef, it's the Belgian jump up. Was also really big in Leuven. Actually, I was surprised. We like thousands of people venue.
Wow.
So yeah. But the most of the drum and bass is in Antwerp. Actually, that's why you
Yeah.
need to go in Belgium. Yeah,
Kind of the capital for drum and
yeah.
bass, isn't it?
So
Yeah.
that's like, I mean, for like 45 minutes from here, like 15 minutes drive. So
But that's not too bad.
not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I
I go
think
like loads of times.
yeah, and it's the same in the UK as well. Like London and Manchester are typically the drum and bass scenes, if you will. See, I live about 45 minutes from Birmingham, and
Hmm.
that's right in the centre too. And they've started to create traction now with the drum and bass scene. So I don't have to travel as far. But I think going to London, like for me to come to Belgium in October, I have to go from Heathrow and it's such a drive, like 2.5 hours just to get to an airport. So, yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah, that's
exciting, but I'm gonna be so tired, like,
yeah, yeah, that's a lot long. That's already a bit too
it's
long, you know.
horrible. It's
Yeah.
horrible. Like 2.5 so I made when I booked the tickets, so I
Uh-huh.
got the tickets for Andromedic. I got, like, the VIP ones, but then I was like, I'll probably just chill with where everyone else is, like, it's all good." But, um, when I booked the flights, I just booked it, I panicked. I just went, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, I'll have that flight." I didn't realize that I booked it for I thought it was 6:30 in the evening. I booked it for 6:30 in the morning.
So you're arriving already the whole day.
I'm gonna have, like, the whole day
That's
in
good. Maybe we can,
Belgium, and
yeah, visit
then
or like meet some of the artists already. You
I'm
can
gonna
just,
have to. I'll just message everyone and be like,
yeah,
"Hi, I'm here.
yeah,
Can I come to someone's
of
house,
course.
please? Because 'Cause I'm
Just
bored."
text them all. Let's meet up. We're going for go for a
For
drink or
real.
something. You know.
For real. Oh, it'd be amazing. Honestly, it'd be so good. I think like I messaged so obviously like obviously Leisha's playing, she's playing at Andromedic. I've even messaged Axel as well and I was like, "Oh, just to let you know we've just roped you into this meetup and I just want you to know that it's going to happen." And like but I messaged like Coven as well.
Uh-huh.
Um but, she originally because I asked her to come on the podcast, but she's just become a mom and like, like it's a whole thing. But I think like there's just gonna be a massive group of us in October and I'm so here for it. Like I'm not even an artist, but it's so I'm tagging along, like
You're like a part of the crew already.
absolutely. So have you like aspired to be like not my maybe be like, but like who do you take inspiration from?
Mm. At first was surely Andromatic because it was like one of the first ones. Like the festival was really like only like 300 meters from where I'm now. I was like almost in the. I could
Wow.
probably see it from my window. You know, like so close
Have you
by.
met him?
Yeah, I've
Oh,
met him already a few times
he's
now.
so
Yeah,
lovely.
yeah, he for sure used also because same time when he played there. I mean, yeah, the Belgium scene mostly, and then later it's expanded. I know, like I've met like a lot of other guys, like Subsonic, for example. You know, like it was the first year when I went to Liquid City. It was like a meet and greet as well, so I just went there,
Wow.
and then like, and the medic was there, Used was there, and Subsonic, Maduk, all these guys. So I just talked to them. I was like, "Hey, I'm also an artist, but I had like 60 followers, you know. Hey, I'm also an artist. Can I send some music, you know?" That's the first things. So yeah.
So it's funny you should say that, like with like the following count and stuff like that. Because so yesterday I did a talk in a school
Mhm.
and I talked about what I did for a job because they had like a careers day and I had like the most unique job. So they wanted me to talk. And I had a presentation and I had your picture on there. I had
Oh, really?
Solid State, I had Andro on there, I had Leisha on there, and all the people that I've pretty much spoken to. And one of the kids put their hand up and they were like, "I've never heard of any of them." And I was laughing so much because I was like, "Yeah, but so who do you listen to?" And he was like, well, I listened to Iron Maiden. I'm like, this kid's like 9 and is listening to Iron Maiden. I was like, fair enough, you know. And I said to him, I says, but once Iron Maiden didn't they didn't know they didn't no one knew who Iron Maiden was, you know, once.
Mm.
And his little head, I could see it, you know, going, "Yeah, you're right." And I just loved that. But he was just like, "Well, I've never heard of any of them." Like, made me laugh. Um, but yeah, I think that's the thing, isn't it? Like you can have you know, like 10 followers, but have like such a
Mm.
huge reach with how much people, you know, like what people listen to. Now, for
Yeah.
me, I found Free Falling. It was on like a release list on Spotify,
Okay.
and my car's quite famous for its sound system. Like, you don't see me coming, you hear me. Like, you know, it's so loud. And it just hit the spot with my
Oh,
speakers, and
nice.
I just wanted to punch my steering wheel. Was so happy. Like, I was like, "What is
Perfect.
this?" It's incredible, absolutely incredible. Like,
Thanks, thanks.
how
That's so
did you
nice
get
to hear.
the inspiration for that? That would like that's some next level. Like, it's amazing.
Oh, yeah, thanks. I mean, yeah, that was like that's the at the time when the festivals were going on here. I don't know. I was just like, mm, I had that vocal already lying around, and then like just opened Ableton because I produce in Ableton.
Mhm.
I was like, and like often it happens. Like I had a melody in my head, so like the intro melody, do 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 do, that thing there. Just I was like, oh yeah, maybe I will do this. And then started experimenting because I was experimenting a lot with sound design back then as well.
Yeah, of course.
And I started making like I had like made a new patch in Serum just recently, and I was like, okay, let's try this, and I'll just put some effect on it, like a riff. I was like plugin, I just put it on it, and I was like, oh wow, this sounds really cool. And I was like, that's the main sound actually. That's all how it started. Like that one main bass on the drop
Mm,
was that moment when I just combined the plugin with the Serum patch, and I was like, okay, this is the track, and I'll just start building on it, and
it's incredible.
I mean, it was like it came together really easily somehow, but then it took a long time to get it like fully done. You know that's often the case because
Yeah.
sometimes your idea is there and the sounds are there, but then you know to need it to get it like on a commercial level. That's always back then, especially because I didn't have any experience. I was like, okay, what do I need to do now? I was like, okay, still sounds a bit muddy. You know, I need to make it more professional. Took me a
Yeah.
while.
It must be so like, I mean, I downloaded Ableton. I got a trial of it because I was gonna just play around with it because I have a MIDI, I've got decks, I've got all that, but I just can't do it. And it's like I downloaded Ableton and two I got a sample pack with it, and I was messing around with this sample pack, and I created this little melody, and I was so happy with it. I was like, I used my phone, and I got Shazam, and I did. Someone's already done it, and I was like, as if someone has actually done the same melody that I created. Like, I'm so angry, and it was exactly the same to the note, and I was like, what is this? So, have you ever found that, like, when you've created a track, have you listen to it to see if anyone else has done anything
Mm.
similar?
I did it like before, yeah, like back then because I was also doubting myself a bit sometimes. Like, oh wait, is this melody maybe already taken? You know, like sounds really cool.
Yeah.
But most of the time wasn't a problem. I only once I had something like that. But now I'm like not doing that anymore. Maybe because I just think it's I mean, there's probably a chance it's like similar to something, but there's like so many music out there,
I
and
know.
if you don't do it like like with bad intention, or I mean, you want to copy
Yeah,
something,
of course.
whatever, but just start making your music. And like for example, like as a classic thing, the horns that are used now in drum and bass a lot, so like this the brass stabs. How many people do like boom 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 before the drop, and
Yeah.
then and like there's only 3 notes. I think like there are like hundreds of tracks using the same 3 notes. So I mean, you can start going like after that as well, and then see hard to this thing. It's like so many music out there. I think it's more important to just do something that's really creative for yourself and inspiring for yourself,
Mm.
than like checking, oh, is this like similar to something that's yeah, of course, if it's like exactly the same, I will also notice when I hear some track somewhere, and I'm like, okay, that's not. I'm going to release that. That's
What about your vocals then? Would you vocalize on your own tracks again? Would
mm.
you do that?
Actually, when I started out, I tried to do that as well because, like I said, I also did with the rock music.
Mhm.
And maybe, I don't know, maybe I don't really like my timbre on drum and bass as much as I do on rock or like pop music.
Yeah, of
Or
course.
maybe it's also just something I need to experiment a lot more with. So maybe in the future, yeah, I'm still open for that, to do that
You
as well.
should. Metric does it, and I have a lot of respect for him. He's got
Mm,
beautiful and is angelic. Like when
yeah,
you hear some of his stuff, you're like, wow,
yeah.
like um, but I suppose I think that's the thing with all of us, isn't it? Like self-doubt is such a thing. You know, like when I started this podcast, I was like, oh, I feel rude asking for people to come on, like they're gonna say no. And then when I started getting yeses, frequent yeses, I'm like, oh my God, like, but I suppose it goes like I don't when I'm editing, I tend not to listen to my voice. I'll only really emphasize on the person I'm interviewing because I hate listening to myself back. Do you feel like you hate listening to yourself? Like
It's always like, yeah, I think loads of people have that problem. I also still
Yeah.
have it a bit. I mean, got used to it because I also, like before I did the music, or like in between the period from the other genres I did,
Mhm.
I also presented a bit on the radio locally.
Nice,
Yeah, so
nice.
for me, it was like I had to get used to it and listen because I also edited some podcasts I did back then. I really went like out in the street to talk with
Oh
people,
my
stuff like that. Yeah, when I
God,
was younger.
we need to do a podcast when I'm in
Yeah,
Antwerp.
maybe.
We need to do a joint podcast.
So yeah, I got used to it a bit, but I don't know. Like for singing, it's harder. I mean, it
Yeah,
depends. Yeah,
I
it's
know.
always like you need to get I don't know, like turn it up in your head. Think, okay, just think as this is some other vocal, not yours. You know what I mean? And then you can just process it and
Yeah.
do stuff with it, and then it's fine.
I know the feeling because I've had 2 artists in the last couple of months. They're like, "Oh, can you send me a clip of your vocals?" Because I was told by an artist I have a unique talking voice, which I thought was really funny, and I was like, "Thanks." Like, but they were like, "Oh, you should do like off the camera." We were like doing a little bit of sort of, and I sent him a clip of my vocal, and he was like, "Oh, send me another one." And the only time that I'm not thinking about recording a vocal is when I'm in my car. So I've tried to get my vocals and I think, oh, I sound really good. And then I play it back and I just does not sound how I sang it. And it's so frustrating, isn't it? Like you get this idea in your head and you can't get it out if that makes
Mm,
sense.
yeah.
Do you
Yeah, it
find
makes
that?
sense. Yeah, yeah, because yeah, I also have that like a lot of times. I mean, that's the thing. I think also if you want to get like a vocal right, you need to just do like thousands of takes. You know, like a lot of repetition, and then like, oh, that's one, and just use that. Or like they also stitch together like from multiple takes. There's also a thing. I mean, also I've done it like already with Focus. I got takes from. So it's it's not. I don't know if they're like people who just do like one take and it's perfect.
I
Maybe they
know.
are, but um,
Yeah, some people do. And it's like, I admire people like that. I think sometimes, you think, that, you hit a note and you go, oh, wow, I've actually never been able to do that before.
mm,
And then you go to record it and you can't hit it again. And you're like, what? It's almost like your voice goes into stage fright.
yeah,
Do you
exactly.
find that like, so when you're performing,
Hmm.
and you're you say on stage or, do you find that you get that nervous feeling or you feel like you're not going to be good enough or do you get anxiety about it?
Yeah, in the beginning when I started out, that was I was really stressed when I had to perform. Now it's a lot better. I don't really have like that problem anymore. I somehow learned to enjoy the moment a lot more than being
Yeah,
stressed about it. So I think the switch came when I played Silent Disco with Econ Sidetrack on the Galaxy stage
that
last
was
Liquidity
amazing.
Festival. Yeah, it was so much fun. I was because I also didn't know it what would happen. I was like unsure at the moment, but then they said, "Yeah, come up on the stage." And I
Wow.
was like standing there and looking at the whole crowd. I was like, okay. But somehow it gave me like a relaxed feeling instead of being stressed out. Maybe also because it's silent disco, so you can just do whatever you
Yeah,
want. It's just less stressed, you know. And since then, I'm always like just thinking back at the moment, and okay, and then when I'm on stage, I just enjoy the moment. I think back at that time when I was looking at the whole crowd and just having fun. So it helps to be relaxed. So most of the time, not anymore. I'm not stressed anymore. I'm
that's
just
amazing.
having fun. Fun. It's like really nice to do.
I saw a TikTok actually of a DJ over here. He went on stage and he plugged his USB in and it didn't
Mhm.
work. How
Mm.
many USBs do you have to carry with you as an artist?
I think like 3 is like the minimum. at least.
3 the minimum.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
always have
days.
3 with me. You know, always just daily. I have just daily 3
Oh my
USBs with me
gosh.
everywhere, everywhere I go. But
Like,
then, yeah, I mean, I know some do 5 even. You know, like people
yeah,
who want
it
to go
makes sense.
crazy.
It does make sense. I mean, to be fair, I mean, if it was ever me, I think I would probably forget the USB and then turn up and be like, "No, like, what do I do now?" Like, yeah, I think I saw it and I felt so bad for him because he was like, "That was my entire set,
Mhm.
and I'm miles away from home, and I don't have a spare backup." But thankfully, he had his SoundCloud, so we managed to kinda, like,
Yeah.
do it that way. But I thought, "Gosh, could you imagine?" Have you ever had anything embarrassing happen, like, on stage?
Um, um, I mean, I sometimes I like also press on the wrong button, you know, and this like the music stops or something. Yeah, I mean, everyone has it, so something like that. Or you just say something in the mic, and it's a bit weird because I don't know. In the moment, you think about it, and you forget what you want to say or something. You know, it happens. Or you just say
Yeah.
like a weird sentence, you know? Especially like in English. Sometimes it's hard to because I'm like non-native English speaker, so sometimes you just say some weird stuff as well. But
You
that's
wouldn't
just
think
funny. I
so.
mean, at the moment.
You say you wouldn't think that English is not your native language because
Really?
you're
I don't know.
really, really good at English. So
Thanks, yeah.
I said that to Sam as well, like, because I've learned from Exception D&B. He told me about like all the different languages that is
Mm,
spoken. So
yeah,
are you more Dutch then?
yeah.
Yeah. Are
Yeah,
you
fully
Flemish
Dutch.
Dutch?
Sorry?
Are you Flemish?
Yeah, Flemish, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I mean, Leuven is like that Flemish part in Belgium. So yeah, that's like we also learn French and also learn German. I had it at school
mhm,
as well, but I don't speak it really. I French a bit, you know, like I can
yeah.
manage to go around in France, for example, or like the south of Belgium, but it's very harder to use. And English is like, yeah, we also learned at school, but we also see it like daily in our lives everywhere. So yeah, that's probably why.
So with because I still can't quite get my head around Flemish. So is it basically like a different version of Dutch, or is it quite
Mm,
similar?
it's quite similar. It's like some words are different, some like sentences are like different, but it's mainly also the pronunciation is a bit different.
Right.
But
Okay.
it's like just, but it's compatible. You can just go there and they can talk here and everyone understands each other. Maybe like sometimes,
Um,
oh, what do you say? What do you mean? You know, like one word or sentence, but then you can just explain. Oh yeah, that's
hmm,
what you mean.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense because I suppose like it's like that over here. We obviously have different accents and everyone seems to think I'm from London. I'm not. Very much nowhere near London. But like my dad was from a place called Sheffield, which is
Mhm.
in the north, and he's got very like a Yorkshire accent. My mum is from Nottingham, so like I grew up in two places. So I grew up in the north as well, and some of the accent changes, like I there's only like one way I could describe this, but we're in this country. Like if you have like a bread roll
Mhm.
of some description. Everywhere in the UK calls it a different thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Same
so
here.
in is it actually?
Yeah,
That's
we also had like
amazing.
some items that are like just called like regionally different, and sometimes you say something to someone and say, "What do you mean?" Like in Belgium also, and they're like, "Yeah, I mean that kind of I don't know, like food or something," and that
Yeah,
how we call it this way. And it's like, yeah,
that's
just
crazy. Like, because we call it in my region, so we're in a place called the Midlands, so we're in
mhm.
obviously in the middle. We call it a cob, so like a bread cob. My nan calls it a bread cake. I'm like and then, like, in, like, Manchester, it's like a balm. Honestly, I could go on and on and on, but it's amazing, isn't it? Like, how you've kind of got your own version of it, and I like
Yeah,
that, but I can't learn it on any of the language apps. It doesn't exist.
yeah, true. That's also a thing, and especially if you're like a non-native speaker and you come to another country, and it's like, what is this
How
word?
do I learn Flemish? It doesn't exist. Like, it's crazy. But do you love, like, of all the languages that you've learned, do you find that English is, like, easy, or do you think it's quite difficult?
I think it's similar to Dutch. Like, it's
Mm,
really similar. It's like everything, like grammatics and pronunciation is maybe sometimes different, but like harder maybe sometimes in English.
yeah.
Say, like some letters are like pronounced differently in Dutch, but you get used to it, and I think it's like similar level. Yeah. But you know, interesting fact, I'm also half Polish, or like
Are
part
you?
Polish. I mean, I'm born in Belgium, but my mother is from Poland.
Wow. So
So
did you know Polish as well then?
yeah, also no
I
Polish.
only know
Yes.
one word in Polish, and I'm not gonna say it on.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, probably shouldn't if it is that word. But
I
yeah,
think
so
everyone knows that one.
yeah, but yeah, so I mean, if I compare to
Wow.
Polish, that's yeah, that's different because
It's next level.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
really hard because even for me, my like I don't know, like the synopsis also is from she's born in Poland, so she loves with my accent always. Like
Oh,
when I try to
wow.
speak, because I can speak like quite fluently in Polish, but I'm almost never there, so I don't know how like the pronunciation fades a bit after a time. I will say it like that. So
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. Like, one of my best friends lives over here who's Polish, and he moved over here with his uncle. We used to work together, and we're into the same music, and that's how we got on at work, and it was
mm.
great. And he's also from Poland, but he's lived here like 20 years, and he's still got the accent. Like, he's
Oh
never been
wow,
able to get rid of it, and I think that's incredible. Like, you literally move here as a teenager, and your accent is still very much Polish. It's crazy, isn't
yeah,
it?
that's
Like,
crazy. The same with my mother. So as if she speaks in Dutch, she also has like an accent, even in English as well. So and
wow.
already also more than 20 years or something. And I'm like,
I
yeah.
love that though. Oh my gosh. What does your mum think to what you do?
At first, she was a bit critical and like skeptic about the all music thing, like especially in the beginning, but that's normal. I mean, I think I was also a bit doubting myself, but now she starts really to support me as well. So you're like, oh,
Oh, lovely.
like ask questions about it. How does it go? Oh, okay, that sounds really cool. You met this big artist. Yeah, that's sick. And yeah, she really starts to believe in it. So I'm like really feel the support from my parents, and it really helps to go further because yeah, no, it's really fun to do, but sometimes it's also really hard. You need to put in a lot of work, and sometimes it's good to have someone to complain to a bit. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it was so much work to finish that track. I spent like hours on it. Something like
I
that.
know.
So.
And I think that's the thing, isn't it? Like, it's with me with podcasts. Like, I've recorded some podcasts, and I've got the final, and I've played them back, and it's not working, and I've got to like get it right. And it's very frustrating because you're just like, oh, why is this not working for me? Why is this happening? So I totally get that.
Yeah.
Just sometimes just wrecks your head. But it's funny because, like, Poland's actually on my bucket. I have a bucket list on my wall, and I talk about it in every podcast, like things I want to do. And
Mhm.
Poland is one of my places to visit
Oh,
because
sick. Yeah.
the guy, is he the prime minister or the leader of Poland? He's just hilarious. Like, I follow him on Instagram. He just makes me laugh. And he actually liked one of my posts once, and I was like, "What? Like, what's crazy?" Like, you wouldn't see the Prime Minister of the UK liking anything
Mm.
that, to do with music. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's quite interesting actually. So, would you ever live there, or are you just happy in Belgium?
Mm, I actually like it over there as well. It's people are nice and also like very nice nature as well, especially
Yeah.
in the south where my family's from like the south of Poland. So that's really
Wow.
like the Tatry mountains, so the mountain
Oh,
region
nice.
there. Yeah, it's really sick. It's like only like 1 hour drive from where my parents live or like something to get like in the
Wow.
highest point of the mountain. So it's really in the mountains itself.
Wow.
So when I'm there, I'm always like, wow, this is such a nice place to live here. I'm just looking around and enjoying the nature. But then I think back about the music and it's like, okay, but what if I would live here? Then yeah, how do I go to shows? Okay, that's really hard because I need to drive 6 hours to get to the airport or something, you know what I mean? And then like
That's it. Yeah.
travel. So that's probably the reason why not, especially even if I want to go further with music. So,
Mm.
but otherwise, it's a nice place to live for sure. I mean,
And
yeah.
it sounds incredible. I mean, to be honest with you, there's not a great deal like that over here unless you travel to like Wales, Scotland, like
Mm,
especially like the north of Scotland. I went when I was a kid. My dad took me. My dad was like a lorry driver, so
mhm.
he would take me, and it was just like the best because I was so high up. And but when I used to go to Scotland, when you drove through like the Highlands, it's absolutely stunning, but it's just always cold up there. So that's what stops me moving to Scotland because it's too cold.
Yeah, that was something. I mean, at least in Poland, it's quite warm in the summer. It's sometimes even warmer than here, but in the
Wow.
winters, it's
Wow.
a lot colder as well. So yeah, I don't know. It's a trade off.
Yeah. So food wise in Belgium, then, like, what is like your go to like sort of Belgium dish, if you will?
Funny enough, like fries are like very high on that list. I don't know why, but probably yeah, that's also typical for Belgium. I guess some like dishes like that, like fries with I like stew or like I think that's called in English, or like
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
those are like some fish dishes also like like very typical, you know, for Belgium. So mainly that actually, yeah. The
Mhm.
fries everywhere. I mean, that's like typical. I got quite. I mean, that was better, but like when I studied, that was also a thing. Yeah, when I still studied, I was like, we got like fries almost every day. We could have fries every day. That was the thing. You could just get it like unlimited fry supplies because you could go back there at the the
Yeah,
place to
sure.
eat, and it was like just if you have a plate, you can just go refill fries.
That's crazy.
So it's
Yeah.
kinda crazy actually. It's not really healthy when I think about it, but I mean, that's how it works, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like all like traditional dishes and stuff. I think like for people that do travel and they go to raves and festivals, they also, if they're like me, they want to like immerse themselves into the culture. And I'm one of those people. I want to learn the language. I want to see where all like the locals hang out. I don't want to go to museums. I want to see
Mm,
what the locals are doing.
yeah.
And I think that's really nice. But I would say like for people that if they come to the UK, I always say to people, travel out of London because you're not going to get like yeah, you go see Buckingham Palace and things like that, but it's not like
Yeah.
our culture
It's really
anymore.
like
Like it's so
the whole
because
culture.
everything's changed. Like everything's very diverse. So you have people from all over the world in London. So if you want to be like where can you go that's British? I would say go to York. York is
Mm,
just incredible, beautiful place.
mm,
Um, I have family in America and they came over and I said, just travel north. The more north you go, the more
oh,
British
really?
it gets.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Is that like that where you are? Is there like certain
Mm,
points in the country that's like the most like traditional, if you will?
it's a good question actually, when I think about it. I I think, yeah, it's just because we have also, like, the 2 really diverse cultures because of the south of Belgium and the north of Belgium, so
Okay.
actually also, yeah, north and south, but then, that's just a different culture. We have, like, a border even, it's called, like, the language border in between both of them because one speak French, one speak,
Yeah, sure.
Dutch, but there's also, like, when you go over the border, it's just a different it feels like sometimes a bit like a different world or like a different,
Mm.
country, but it's I mean, just another traditions, also different food they like or and everything is different. So yeah, that is specifically that. But then in Flanders itself, probably it's a good question actually. Yeah, we also have like so many regional differences. So I don't know who's like the most
Who's the most
culturally, you know,
Belgium?
yeah, just like different everywhere you go. Also like the regional accents and everything.
Sure.
Mm. I think
Yeah,
like
definitely.
the middle of like where I'm at, and also Antwerp and stuff like that is more
Mhm.
like that's maybe I don't know less pronounced. The well, you see different, especially difference between Antwerp and Leuven or something like that. Traditionally wise, probably quite similar, I think.
Wow,
So
that's
yeah,
amazing.
but
Like,
like
yeah, the
if like
north and
east and
south
north,
divide.
yeah,
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 it's
that's
a
like the
thing.
biggest difference. Yeah, yeah,
It's a thing. So, like, the thing is with me being in the Midlands, people from the north will still say I'm south, and people from the south are gonna say I'm in the north. So I like kind of being in the middle because it's you get to choose what you wanna be, and I honestly can tell you the friendliest people I've met are in the north.
yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
I used to live in the Northeast, which was in a place called Newcastle. So they all have a very strong accent. And I lived there for about a year and a half.
Mhm.
And I found everyone to be so friendly. Like it was so weird. Like everybody looks out for you,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
everyone like if you're in trouble, you could knock on your neighbor's door. Now,
Oh,
where I
nice.
live now, I'm very close with my neighbors, but I haven't always had that. Like I think people are so shut off from the world. I think since COVID, really.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like big difference as well here. I mean, because especially like in the cities, I think I don't know because maybe in the smaller towns it's still they maybe like that or like the
Mm,
villages.
sure.
I mean, in the cities especially, one is just shut off and don't really
Yeah,
want to.
it's sad, isn't it? I
Yeah,
think
it's a bit
like
sad.
we as humans, we kind of crave that we need that union. And I think that's
Mm.
why the drum and bass community is just so unique because we all look out for each other. And you're like, there's only been a couple of people I've spoken to, like I've tried to get them on a podcast or whatever, and they're a bit like, no, you're below me. But it doesn't happen very often. And that's why I love it. That's why I love this community, because not everyone, like everyone just looks out for each other and
Yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
just lovely.
Yeah, that's one of the things I really noticed when I started doing drum and bass as well. Just that, because imagine the scene would be like really like hostile or something, so that I
Mhm.
wouldn't maybe just keep on doing it, but it's because of everyone being so friendly and open to help. I mean, even if you're like, yeah, just starting out and just you can go to, for example, under medical use, whatever, just talk with them and explain what you're doing, and they're like interested and supportive.
Yeah.
So that's really, also like an eye opener for me as well at the time, because I didn't know. I was just like, I was like a bit stressed. Oh, I'm going to meet the artist today. What's going to happen? But
Yeah.
it's really, because of that. That's like if it's a good experience, then also motivates you to keep on doing it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. I think like from the artist even to the ravers, like everyone's just there's a different scene. Like when I tell people that I go to raves, they go instantly like, "Oh, it must be drugs." And it's like, no, like I mean, some people do, and that's their discretion. I don't. But one thing I said was crystal clear. I would like a Belgian beer
Mhm.
in Belgium, and I've been advised to try some specific brands. So, what is the best beer brand in Belgium? I'm so interested to know your take.
Oh, it's like everyone has like his own opinion about that, but I think like just because also, okay, I will say Stella for now, because in the town where I'm now at, my hometown. They
Mhm.
brew it here locally.
No
But
way!
yeah, 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 yeah. So
Really?
yeah,
Oh my
but that's
gosh.
also like the more common beer you find at festivals. You know what I mean? Just like the light beer. So if you
Sell it
want some,
massive here. So yeah, that surprised me.
oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's just like, I mean, I like that. It's just good beer. If you want something more special, something like, I don't know, like Hoegaarden, or like Leffe or something,
Mhm.
Orval. It's like some more traditional beers, also really good. So
I've gotta
especially
try this.
that.
I like beer, but I do like red wine. Like red wine's my thing. Merlot, that's definitely my thing. Um, and my claim to fame is I shared. I sat and like gave an interview to Axel, and
Mhm.
he was drinking white wine, and he was like, "What are you drinking?" I was like, "Oh, I'm drinking Merlot." And he was like, "Is it good?" And I went, "Yeah." And he ordered
Oh
one,
wow,
and he was like, me and him sat there drinking red wine. It was amazing.
wow.
I know, but it's yeah, that's the only thing. Like I say, like culture, and I just think for me, like one of the kids that I did this presentation with yesterday said, "Hey, why are all the people you're speaking to from Belgium?" And I had to give this whole
Hmm.
reason why. I says, "Oh, because I think Belgium's becoming a drum and bass capital, and it's yeah." For the most part, most of the people I've interviewed are from Belgium.
Yeah, we have like loads of artists from Belgium. That's true. Like in the drum
Belgian
bass scene.
besties is what I call you guys. Belgian besties. Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Like, it is amazing, like what you're doing and, so what's next for you? Like, what have you got
Hmm.
planned next?
I mean, I just focus a lot on releases this year. That's like the main point. Finally,
Mhm.
because like there's also thing a lot of people are asking for it already since I started making music. When you're going to finally put some music out, I mean, and now this year is really like the year to put all these tracks out. I think so. Make also new music, trying some new direction as well, more harder tracks as well this year. I mean, I've been working on them and I already have them, and they start getting played out. So I'm just probably gonna release them as well in later this year. But also we want to keep on doing the melodic stuff, like Free Falling and all the other ones I released this year. So yeah,
How many
just
do
really.
you have? Like, how many have you got saved?
Ah, I mean, yeah, I got like we have like I have hundreds of projects, like a lot of artists have, just not finished yet. But I mean, and
Mhm.
out of these, how many can you release? I don't know, maybe like 20 or something. You know what I mean? It's like always you have to make a decision as well. It's not that everything is gonna be released at some point. Just but loads of them I use in my sets as well. So yeah, I have like more than, I mean, I probably can just fill like 40 minutes already of my set with all music. Or
Wow,
yeah, for sure. So
that's
that's really,
amazing.
and
So
then
yeah, go for it, go.
yeah, I want to say also maybe like just focus. Oh, sorry, I'm getting called here.
No, it's okay.
Just
Leave
no,
hands
just
for it, you're all right.
yeah. So Maybe also focus more on like the shows. I really want to like because like this year was maybe a bit less than last year. Last year I got like quite some nice shows and opportunities. So really want to build that up as well back. So it depends also probably on how the bookings will be, but this also like important part this year. Just try to get some more shows as well in later this year after the
Mhm.
summer. So yeah, just focus on that. A bit of rebranding as well. So yeah.
Nice. No, I like that. So like with you having all these projects and and obviously like putting music out there and stuff like that, I have to ask the question I ask everyone. How do you feel about AI and the likes of Suno, sorry, Suno and all of those apps that I saw an advert this morning and it was like why you should use AI as a producer over none. And it was giving all these reasons. And I
Yeah.
was so angry about it. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm just going to click off it because it's stressing me out. Like, I'm not even a producer, but I feel like it's quite insulting sometimes.
Yeah, it's hard to. I mean, in the beginning, I was really sad about it when it just came out. I've been following it since the beginning because I was like, I
Yeah.
felt a bit threatened. So I was like, okay, let's see what this is. Like version 1.5 or whatever just came out, and like I think it's like 2 years ago or something. The first kind
And
of
is
that
that, is
stuff.
that how long it's been going on? Gosh, I thought it was
Yeah,
more
it's really long
recent than
now.
that. That's crazy.
Yeah, for sure 2 years I think because I remember I was like checking it out and talking with a friend. Look what this can do, and it's like, oh no, it's the end of music or whatever. But I mean, back then I was a bit more pessimistic about it than now. Um, Now I discovered it's really no, it probably can do a lot of stuff. It does a lot of stuff, but if it really will replace music, I don't think so
Mm,
because it's just so generic often. And I mean, and also people just like to hear what you make as an artist. You know what I mean? Just that's
yeah.
the thing. Why would you otherwise make music? It's also because you want to express yourself. That's something you need to do yourself. It's I don't think it's really possible, especially not if you just ask for a track at Suno. You know what I mean? It's not the same. So so I don't think it's really like a big threat, but probably what it will do, and you already see it sometimes, is some people will just blow up because of that by one track that's
Yeah.
quickly put together, maybe some minimal effort afterwards with some producing. But I mean, that's kind of sometimes annoying when I see that.
I know.
Uh, it's also, yeah, sometimes it's demotivating, but I think in the end, you just need to stay true to yourself, just focus on your own trajectory. So, yeah, that's,
Yeah, I think that's probably like for me to see that when you've got these big time, TikTokers and they've got like millions of
yeah,
followers and people are like, oh, I can't wait for this to drop. When you dropping this track, I'm like, mate, he's not even created it yet. He
yeah,
just takes
exactly.
a few minutes on Suno and it's done. And that's the thing. Like I've I've trialed it and I've just gone, make me a dance floor drum and bass track. They all sound the same. And
Yeah.
even the lyrics, like the voices, they're just unhuman. Like they're not real. Like
Yeah.
it's hard to explain, but it's like when you listen to a track that somebody's produced, you can feel the soul that they've put
Mhm.
into it. And it makes you like connect to it on a human level. But like when it's AI, you sit there with and you go, something's wrong about it. I can't put my finger on it, but it's missing
Yes,
something.
exactly.
And
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
really
put
feeling.
my yeah, I can't put it into words what that looks like, but it's a weird kind of yeah, like a lack of soul.
Mhm. That's the thing I also feel because even have that problem in shops and like the gas stations. They all switched, like loads of them switched to like AI music. I hate it a lot. I hate to go to like shops because yeah,
Yeah.
and every time when you mark them, I mean now it's a bit better because some of them they shut down the music again, probably because of people complaining. But it was really like you hear something like I don't know, like singing about candle lights. I don't know in some weird
Yeah.
stuff. I'm like, what is this all? And
What does this mean?
that was like just annoying every time when I was like at the gas station. I need to listen to that
Yeah.
stuff. So um,
Weird.
so maybe
Eh,
for that's maybe the best use of AI. Just some weird music in weird
yeah,
places, but I
that
don't think
doesn't make
it's really
sense.
has a place in like not like for fully generated tracks at least for like festivals or like that would be weird to do. I mean, maybe some people want to use some elements of it. That's
Mhm.
probably fine because it's like sampling, or like
Yeah,
using
sure.
splice amps or whatever. So I mean, I can agree with that. There's no problem. But then if you even don't know how to produce, why would you even make music in the first place? I
It doesn't
think
make sense to me.
you
I
know.
think, like, Oh, you know what it reminds me of? It's just like you've hit the nail on the head with this, but you know, like I don't know if you have it over there, but over here in the UK, you have to have like a music license to
Mhm.
play like
Oh, yeah.
commercial stuff. And if you don't buy that, you have to have like royalty free music. Oh, it's horrible. And it's like they do all of these like redos of like commercial stuff like Taylor Swift and stuff like that. And the people that do it usually just like and you go in the shop and you're like there's like it's horrible. It reminds me of that.
Yeah, it is
Like
like that.
yeah, like, it's just oh, it's horrible, but, that's the thing, like, there was a track recently, that I found out was AI, and I had been listening to it, and I was so angry that it got me, but I
Oh,
kept
really?
having this, like, niggly feeling, like,
Mm,
it was called Call Me Back. I can't think it was called something like Angry Kid or something like that. But,
okay.
yeah, and it was alright, it was really catchy.
Uh-huh.
But that's the thing, if it's catchy, it blows up really,
Yeah,
really quickly,
true.
chances are it's AI.
It's even like the one now, I mean, maybe I don't know, I can tell that as well, like, the one To the Moon from Danny, so I don't
Yes.
know if you've seen. I
Yeah.
mean, it's I don't know for sure, but I mean, I've read a lot about it, and it seems like it's also fully AI generated, especially the first part of the track. Probably after there's like some production because I hear the difference, like the
Mhm.
drums and everything is probably made by someone. But then, like the first bit where it starts singing, it's like the most catchy bit that everyone uses on social media. That's like fully generated, I
I
think so.
couldn't believe it. I was
And
like I had to look into that. I was like, something about it, I can't like I say, if it goes viral very, very fast, it's very catchy, it's pretty much AI. And it's just so sad because
Mhm,
I actually had, the AI accounts have found me on Instagram. Oh, they found me. So I actually had an
uh-huh.
AI account message me and said, "Can I come on your podcast?" I was like, "No, you're AI."
Really? What?
Maybe that would be a first. I'd just sit there and just go, "Why do you lie? Why do you create songs with Suno? Are you okay?" Like, I'd
Like,
probably have a crash
how did you
out.
get into music? I just
Yeah,
started
did you get
typing words.
sick? Well, I was programmed. Oh, it's crazy. No, no, no. Who do you get who's like the top artist that you actually listen to though as like a consumer of drum and bass?
Mm. Um, I like K9's stuff a lot. Yeah,
Me
because it's
too.
just like really massive sound design, everything's simple.
Incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
incredible. So especially that, a lot of actually also like Purpose, also really, really good,
Mhm.
cool sound design wise. Same, very, very solid productions, really good tracks. I also listen a lot to Animatic Soul, so that
Of
doesn't really
course.
that never changed. So
Is he really big then in Belgium? Like, is he quite
yeah,
famous in his own
yeah, I think
country?
because
Yeah.
I think it's even that big. I saw like last time when I was at this show, people even come to him even when they are not into drum and bass. You know what I mean? So he's like more.
Wow.
I think he's even, and I would say it like he gets like crowd from like more like the commercial scene as well. I think so. It's really big. Yeah. That's.
Well, I saw him rubbing shoulders with Dimension, and I
Mhm.
thought he's gonna probably like shoot out this to the stars now because I think once you get like the worship guys involved in your life,
Yep.
I'm guessing
Yep.
it's serious. And fair play to him, he's earned it, and I think for the most part, like I want that for everybody that I've interviewed. Like I really do hope that all of you be able to quit your day jobs and go and do this for a job because it must be so frustrating wanting that, but knowing you've still got to pay your bills and you've still got to have
Yeah.
a day job. And
It is.
yeah,
It's always a struggle, especially because I try to really spend a lot of my time, like most of my time on music, just like, and then it's really hard sometimes. Just need to make decisions. Okay, how will I will do this month? You know what I mean? So it's really hard sometimes, but I think it's worth it. So I mean, yeah, just I love this so much. So just that's the thing also that keeps me going. Yeah.
yeah. Is knowing that that's gonna happen. Like, I always say to everyone I interview, like, it will happen, and it will just because I suppose, like, the likes of Subfocus, Andromedic, 1991, they all started off
Mm.
nobody knew who they were,
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
and then it just goes bang, and then, everything kind of happens.
yeah,
But that's the thing, like, and I honestly, genuinely, like, it's been such an honor to be able to interview you. I've been so excited about it, honestly, because it's like speaking to people that I personally listen to in my car, on my travels, on my way to work, and it's just like it's like, wow, like actually getting to thank the person that created something that makes me so happy. So thank you.
Oh, yeah,
Thank
well,
you.
you're welcome.
Thank you for doing Free Falling because I love it so much. I love it. So, when is your next track being dropped, or have we not decided yet?
Yeah, it's like I don't know if it's. I was thinking about doing something maybe this month with a collab I had already.
Nice.
I mean, with someone, but that would be like probably self-release. But then like the next label release will be 14th of August. So
Nice.
also
Oh,
like
that's
pretty
exciting.
soon.
So, see this. Are you signed to Liquidity? Have I?
I have a track at Liquid Rhythmic. Yeah, that. But I'm most of my tracks are now with Dark Machine Records. That's the label of Shock
Oh,
One.
okay. Oh,
Yeah,
wow. That's
they have.
amazing.
I think like my fourth one now. Yeah, is going to be released. Uh, so yeah, so really good label. I like it.
That's amazing though, like, especially that you have a label because a lot of people do struggle to get that. So that's really good that you've got that. Like, how do you find do you get, like, given a set time that you have to release something by, or are you able to work at your own pace?
Most of the time, I am able to work at my own pace, especially with them. That's probably also why I like to work with them so much. I just say, okay, I have this track I'm working on. They listen to it, and then they say, okay, we'd like to sign it. And then we discuss like on a date. It's like, oh, we still have this date free, and I say, okay, cool, let's do that date, and then I just work on it further to finish it and send
Mhm.
it over at a certain moment, and then like it just prepare everything for me, the artwork and everything, and then gets released. It's really like
Wow,
that. It's very good communication.
that's
I mean,
awesome.
because it really depends on the label. There's some labels who are like more strict or like more. They say okay, or like it takes way longer to get something released. Most of the labels takes a bit longer. So you can't just like say I this track and release it next month. Or like within two
Yeah.
months. So yeah, it really depends on the label as well.
That's amazing. Have you ever had, like, where you've produced a track and you've sent it in and they've said no?
Yeah, I've had it like a, a lot of times. I mean, all of these tracks that are released now, I've sent them around before to other labels as well. And I mean, yeah, a lot of labels were like, okay, we really like it, but it's still not yet there. Like, something missing. And then, yeah, so
Mm.
it was also always like almost at the other
It's, like,
labels. But
so
then,
close,
yeah, so
yeah.
close.
So
So.
how do you feel in that moment? Do you feel like do you doubt yourself or do you just go, "Right, I'm gonna carry on. I'm gonna keep pushing"?
Yeah, I'm like Free Falling, for example, because I really tried to release it as well earlier last year, like an older version. So yeah, then back then when I started to send doubts, I was like doubting a bit. Okay, is this track going to be released one day? Like, will it ever come
Yeah.
out? But now it's different. And then they say no, it's okay. I'm okay. I'm just look for some other label and just focus on that. So because in the end, to always find some place to get released. I think it's not really you don't really have to take that like so like negatively. That's
Yeah.
what how I approach it now.
And I think that's the thing, isn't it? Because, through life, we do get rejection for a lot of things. And I
Yeah.
think, if you let every little thing that is a no, affect you, then you're never actually going to, get anywhere. And I think that's the thing for most people, isn't it? Like, I've like I say, I've contacted people before and they've said, "No, you're not big enough." And I kind of walked away and I was like, "Ouch!" Like that really
Mm,
hurt. Like, but then when I look at it, I go, "Well, that's just not my person. They're not the people I'm supposed to collaborate with." And then
yep.
lo and behold, I find more people in the drum and bass world that just went, "Absolutely, will talk to you." And then it's just kind of gone like that. So you just have to find your right crowd, right? Like find your niche, and yeah,
Yeah, it's really like that. I mean, especially like again like the Dog Machine Records. I'm very positive about them because they also approached me. Actually, Jeff from Econ Citric approached me. He's doing that,
wow,
and it's all because of them also that I got all this music out, and it pushed me to finish these tracks as well. So it was really like both ways. We worked out really well. And I found my place really there with them. So I'm probably going to do some other tracks as well in the future with them for sure. So yeah, it's sometimes you just need something like that just to trigger like or like to push yourself further. Yeah.
absolutely. So if you are, I mean, there are people that listen to my podcast who are maybe considering going into, producing or just DJing or whatever, or
Mm.
both. and they don't know what they're doing or whatever, what would you tell them? Like what's the advice you give to somebody?
Mm. I actually think there's also like from my own experience, maybe just start putting out music sooner than I did. That's also like one thing I learned because but I think a lot of people struggle with that, like perfectionism or like just not being sure if it's good enough or whatever, something like that. And it holds you back a bit because then you
Yeah.
just never know when it's good enough, because you can't also can't get any feedback on it. But if you
Yeah.
just start putting out music, that's specific for production. Then for DJing is different. So you just start putting out music, maybe on SoundCloud first, or just send them around to loads of artists. You notice like sometimes people like something more than you do. It's often the
Mm.
case, and then because you're like so invested in your project, so you just forget like how it sounds in like the
Yeah,
vibe or
sure.
something. So that's something I would really say as advice. Just start putting out music, sending around, even if it's not there yet. Even if it's like version, I don't know, like 5, just like some rough demo or something. You will get a lot out of that because people just give feedback, and you will notice this works, this doesn't work, and then you will
Yeah.
start building your sound around that as well. That's what I also did then.
That's really cool. I think that was one thing I've said in the podcast before. Like everyone has their own stamp. Like I can tell who's produced a track with
Mhm,
my eyes closed. Like you've got your own sort of stamp on things. Exception has, and Dramatic definitely has. He's very melodic, isn't he?
mhm.
Like, and I just love that. Like, whereas I would say you're very much like a mix with melodic and then like hard bass, and it's amazing. You know, when you hear it, I'm like, I know who that is. Like, especially if you're on a road trip and you're like listening to just a random playlist, and I'll go, oh,
Yeah.
I'm pretty certain that's Sky. Oh yeah, it is. Like, yeah, it's amazing. Like as a consumer of it, it's really nice. Like especially when you get to know people's the way that they work. It's very unique. I like that.
Mm. Yeah, that's the thing. You build just that sound by making a lot of tracks and just also by failing in the beginning because I made so many tracks that nobody heard. So that's also how it works. You just
Wow.
need to make music, and sometimes okay, in the beginning it's hard to really like decide is this worth it or not. But after a while, like now I know okay, like roughly 1 in 3 or 1 in 2 depends on something I would play out, not like release, but I would play out on gig or something. So of tracks I make. So yeah, it really depends on you need to build up also that like experience a bit. Then you start filtering your own tracks as well. Okay, this one is good enough. This not, and I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that's something you just learn.
I think that's where we're all our own worst critic, aren't we? Because I can guarantee if I heard some of your unreleased footage, I'd be like, that's amazing. You should release that. And you're like, well, no, it's not
Yeah,
that good.
yeah. I'm probably saying like 1 in 3, but maybe that's because also I'm like very critical about like critic about yeah. So maybe
As
someone
people
else would
are.
someone else would probably say, oh, you need to release them all. Probably I don't know, but I mean, just need to. There's also need to be some consistency as well, like in what you release. You just want to build your own story and your
Yeah.
brand around it. So that's also one of the reasons why you need to decide which one is going to be released or not. That's also the thing. It's not always. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, I can start making some I don't know dubstep tomorrow, for example, and then it doesn't really fit in my brand. You know what I mean? So that's
Yeah,
also
I
a
do.
thing.
I get that. I get that. No, you definitely do what you're doing because, like I say, it's incredible. If if the listeners that listen and haven't heard Free Falling, please go and listen to it because it honestly just blew my mind. I had it on repeat for like a week.
Just-
Like, yeah. I think like I was looking it up on my phone just now. I was like, how many views has that had? It's probably mine. Like it's like for me, sorry. Yeah, you've got like 393,311 on it, like probably about 2,000 of them and me. Like but even Navigate with Amber J is incredible,
oh,
incredible
thank you.
track. Like really
Thank you.
I really like Amber J's voice as well. She's got an incredible
Yeah,
voice.
yeah,
But
really.
your latest one is Never Coming Down. Again, absolute banger. So you're absolutely smashing it. Honestly, you should be so proud of yourself.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, you're very welcome. But honestly, thank you so, so much for coming on. Like, I honestly really appreciate it, especially in like your busy life as well. So I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. It's really fun to do this actually. So yeah,
Yay. Thank you. And I'll definitely see you in October.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to still do like maybe a small shout out or whatever to because
Absolutely, go for it.
you told me like or asked me like who really inspired me, but like I just thought like, more like a production side, but then like the DJ side's also quite
Sure,
interesting.
go for it.
So you probably know Synopsis as well. So she really helped me to get my DJing skills like they are now. So in the beginning, especially when I just started out, I met her also like in 2024 at a gig I
Mhm.
just went to back then when I just was going around on my own to all the events. And since then, we became like very good friends, and she helped me so much with like all the DJing part because she's an incredible DJ, and
Yeah,
she also
yeah,
started
yeah.
producing now. So, uh,
Wow.
but
No,
yeah,
that's awesome.
definitely someone to look out for as well.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, big up to her, absolutely.
Yeah, and same with Miley also. She also doing really great now with concept and everything.
Gosh, yeah. Gosh, yeah, honestly, we could sit here and just go through every single person that's, like, inspired, you and I in our in life, because that's the thing, isn't it? Like, me going to raves on my own and getting to know people, like, I think that's part of the process, isn't it? Like, you
Hmm.
need to find your crowd, and by you doing that, you found your crowd, definitely, and I always love that because, like, all roads kind of lead to one, and I just think it's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. It's like just yeah, you need to go out in the scene and just explore. That's what I would say. Yeah.
100%, and then get brave and catch a flight to Brussels. That's exactly what I'm doing soon, so oh, but honestly, thank you so, so much.
Yeah, no worries. Sorry, I'm still a bit sick, so you can probably hear it in my
No,
voice.
you're fine. You've been absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for watching. You can find me on all social media platforms at Base and Boundaries. Check me out on Burton Radio for the B2B takeover. And also, if you're in a position to support the channel, I would really appreciate it. You can find all the details in the description. Thank you.